Martin's Test Shaves, Wednesday the 29th of October. I've got two razors to show off today, both of which are almost in a battle with each other. One is a classic French and one is a classic German. So a bit of a classic war. Anyway, I'm going to use a little of my friend Eric's wonderful concoction. This is the Cajun Blades Bayou Malay. So this is always good from Eric. He just makes wonderful, wonderful, wonderful soaps. So let's get a bit of this rather strangely mottled. It looks like something's done a mess in it, but it's very, very good. Oh, now this one is truly aromatic. This is a beautiful aroma. I don't know how he does it. Anyway, let's get a bit of this on. And I'll just tell you a little experience that I had, a little bit of a disappointing experience I had. This French razor, which I'm about to show you, I actually put away. I haven't used it in at least 2 years. And unfortunately, I did a very silly thing. I put it away with some special storage oil on its blade. And of course, you shouldn't really ever oil a blade. It's not the way to keep razors. Let me just explain and show you what it is I'm going on about. This is camellia razor oil, supposedly what the Japanese use on their blades. Now, the problem being, any oil has contaminants in it and is vaguely or lightly hydroscopic. So you put it away and it goes gummy because it's obviously evaporating the oil. And as it goes gummy, it's attracting moisture, dust, and all sorts of contaminants. And I had my little razor on display, so of course it was even more likely to get contaminants. And there I am now looking at it. It's covered in sticky goo, and this sticky goo I've removed. But I haven't rehoned the edge. Didn't need that. But I have certainly. I'll show you in 2 seconds. I did certainly give it a good old stropping, and I used also the paddle strop, and I used a couple of times a loom strop, and then I finished off on a Kaniyama leather. So now, yes, it's very sharp now, I hope. Anyway, I'm not too pleased with natural bristle brushes. It's all right. I mean, you know, it's not stabbing you in the face, but I think Badger probably comes in different qualities. This one is probably from China or somewhere. Anyway, that'll do. Right, I'll shut up. Dry the mitts, which is very important. I just have you a very quick show of what's been going on here. Right, first of all, if you do have a very slightly dodgy edge, you want to use a paddle strop. Paddle strops are very, very good. This has got CBN 0.25 micron diamond paste on it. And the other side, a bit worn, but that one's good. Here is a rarey for you. This is a loom strop, and this is a very, very rare loom strop because it's a Philharmonica. It's actually a Philharmonica loom strop, and it's still got the little box of Philharmonica paste, which is very coarse and rather brown, and I'm not very keen on it. However, what I have got to show you now is this is the lovely little French razor. It's got a beautiful jaguar on the scale, little jaguar with palm trees, and it's got the special pour Barber Duras for barber's use. I'm spitting my teeth out today. And that one is a lovely little razor, or rather it was until I put it away with razor oil on it. Anyway, I won't do that again. There's the case, very, very pretty. And it says J.C.C. France, fabrication guarantee, razor guarantee, la Jaguar déposé, fabrication français. So that's this little fella. And I'll start a shave with this and see how it progresses. I have used green Crocs, and I have used the canvas back. But finally I finished, you can see, which you probably can't, on the lovely Kaniyama. Anyway, it's hanging hair tested beautifully, so in theory, unless I've missed some scratches, it should be all right. Yeah. Yeah, it's first rate. The thing about the hanging hair test, if you really want to be a perfectionist, as you know, hair has scales and the edge will go into the scales very easily when it's going into the scales, and you get a perfect hanging hair test. The trick, if you're really good, is to do it with the scales, now that's really clever if you can do that. This one did a bit of both. I can't remember what edge I put on it, hence why I've just lightly reconditioned it. Anyway, yeah, all right. First pass on that side of my face, perfectly adequate. What I'm going to do now is use the other razor. And the other one is quite famous, quality razor, it's German. And it's, if I can find the right bloody box, it's the original Bartman, high class, 6/8, ready for use. And that is a famous brand, it's a Bartman. Give it a quick go, see how it feels in comparison. Ooh, noisy. Surprising. If anything, at the moment on the first pass, I'd give it to the French one. Again, this is the fact that I haven't put down any notes as to what original edge I put on it, so I've no idea. But it is a perfectly adequate. It did hanging hair test well, but doesn't mean that just because it's got a good name, it's necessarily a good steel or a good edge. But what it does say on it is it's a 30. It's the original Solingen Bartman, Germany. But what's interesting is on the other side, it's made from Kaiser Ellison and Company, Best Sheffield silver steel. So it's German, but it's not, it's Sheffield. Anyway, enough of this. Let me, in fact, one more little experiment while we're on the subject. Let's just give it a couple more laps. This is, I can't really show you, can I? But this is very fine green compound. This is the chrome oxide. Then go to the back and just go straight onto the canvas and see if that makes a slight bit of difference. Again though, for a real difference you do need to use the Kaneyama leather, which I find is extraordinary. Let's put a bit of proper lather on it. I've been neglecting lathering up properly. And then we'll have another. I was going to say stab at it, but perhaps not the ideal phrase to use. So it's a wet Wednesday morning. I'm doing a quick shave. I'm sorry, but bear with me. I'll make a few more pertinent remarks, I hope. No, I don't like badger brushes. If you want to quickly lather up, I still find synthetic is best. However, I've got to say about the aroma, that's delicious. Eric's a genius. Anyway, let me go back to what I should be doing, which is comparing edges. Let's go against the grain. Yeah, it's better. Well. Yeah. I'm just luxuriating this morning in the Cajun Blade, Eric's wonderful scent. That's a good test. Yeah, so more than adequate. Yeah, that's the Bartman, good and proper. Now let's go back to the Froggy. This is the La Jaguar Déposé Fabrication Français. And see how that compares against the grain. That's a fair test then, isn't it? Much quieter. They're both deep hollow, but this one is only a normal hollow. The other one is very deep hollow. Yeah. Well, for me, this is quite extraordinary. This is better. Definitely better. How strange. You wouldn't think. And this is the one that was left with the so-called camellia oil on, which is causing very light staining and corrosion. So, a couple of interesting tests today. Yeah, this is a lovely little razor actually. Not expensive, because it isn't particularly in the groove of collectability. If this is a mint Philharmonica, it'd be 5 times the price. But then arguably 5 times the razor. Yeah, I like it. This is good. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you all to tears. This is just a quick expose. Don't put crappy oil on your blades. It'll oxidize. It'll not only oxidize, but it'll attract dust. It'll attract moisture, and you'll end up with a stained blade. So this is only, my opinion, but the original way of keeping a blade absolutely perfect in Japan was, of course, just talcum powder, because it kept it dry, kept it clean. As soon as you put oil and any other unguents on, you're going to get problems. So there she is. What a gorgeous little French razor. This is the special for barbers' use, and it's got the little Jaguar with déposé just there. Isn't that sweet? One of the reasons to like razors is not only do you get a better shave, far better shave. I mean, my face feels absolutely great after just 2 or 3 passes with 2 different razors. Right, I'm going to wash that off. Again, I can't really say any more about Eric's wonderful soaps. They're just gorgeous. Anyway, I haven't got any of these splashes, but I will throw something on my face. Let's go for, I'm going to go for something really painful. Right, this is painful. This is a John Froome. And this one, this is a Phoenix. It's actually full of alcohol. And if you can stand a bit of a bite, then the John Froome by Phoenix. Let's put a little drop of that on and see how it feels. Oh, actually, we can really feel the alcohol, but it's not stinging, which just goes to prove a good edge on a good straight razor and a good soap, you're absolutely fault-free. Yeah, no sting whatsoever. Isn't that amazing? In fact, the only sting I feel is in the roots of my growing moustache, where it's got in there and has attacked the roots somewhat. Anyway, guys, I hope this is vaguely amusing. That's all my points covered. 14 minutes, 22 seconds. Wet day in Littlehampton, West Sussex, England. And I bid you all have a wonderful day, chaps. Hope you found this vaguely amusing. Martin's Test Shaves. Bye for now.